Okay. We are live, I think. Hopefully. I have no validation yet from YouTube.
It says live.
It says live? Awesome. Okay. Good evening. Welcome to the first ever Realistick live stream. I'm going to go through a very quick rundown of what we're doing today. So don't worry, we got a better camera set up. Right now it looks awful. This is for our first event of the evening, which is a quick duel. American style, we got to start this off by shooting each other. So we got a little Nerf gun and then a bigger Nerf gun. And Jess has been a member of our podcast over on Patreon for a while. I forgot, I should probably introduce you here.
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
This is Jess, my roommate, close friend. Jess prefers the one with the scope, though it's not going to matter because we're going to be blindfolded. So the idea for this event, quite simple. We're going to spin around in a circle and we're going to be opposing ends. We're going to give each other just one clap, and that's just going to be all of our spatial awareness. And then, we're going to see who can shoot each other first. The loser has to drink an immunity booster, it's a homemade immunity booster. And if you don't know what that is, you're lucky. So it's basically the most rancid but healthy things that you can think of compiled into a 1 ounce shot of liquid. And it's not a treat, but we're going to feel better 20 minutes after. So whoever loses will. Yeah. And they'll have any sort of nutrients that they probably needed that whole week. So,
That immunity booster has no nutrients in it.
No nutrients?
None.
Oh. Then what are we doing after? Oh, yeah. I got one large-ish announcement. And then we're going to move into just a nice casual conversation about some of our favorite cars. I'd like to hear some of yours as we're going through that, just because this is going to be comprised of mostly things that I've personally encountered. And I feel like there's a lot more cars than what I've reviewed for the channel, even though I think I'm at 200-something videos now. There's a little bit more than 200 cars out there. So without further ado, we'll start the process. I don't know. I feel like either we're going to get shot immediately or this is going to take way too long. I should probably put the blindfold on after I get to where I need to be.
Yeah. Well, you can tie it to your forehead and send it down. That's what I'm... Oh, you're on this end?
Do you want to be on that end?
No, it's fine. Are you doing it over the glasses?
Ooh, you know what? I guess I don't need the glasses.
Yeah,
it's not going to help in this
double
case.
Blind.
Move the chair out of the way just in case. Okay.
This is I'm not excited. I know I'm gonna lose, and I do not want to break this immunity.
What makes you think that this is
I'm I'm gonna be lucky that I'll fall and trip over the trash can. How many times are we spinning? 5?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, is my gun okay?
Oh, yeah, we loaded.
All right.
Now.
You gotta count out loud.
Well, I'm just gonna spin for 10 seconds because I know.
Shoot.
Shoot. Oh no, you can swear. It's okay. I'm thinking this is a PG-13 kind of thing. I'm just spinning for 10 seconds.
I can't. I almost tripped over something, so I'm gonna cap it right there.
Okay.
All right.
Because I'm completely disoriented now and I have zero clue where
I'm kind of dizzy. You gonna count it down or no?
Okay, you sound like you're over there. Well, give me a clap first. Actually, I'll clap first. And no more words at this point. Okay. Actually, we should probably spin now. Damn!
Did I get you?
You shot me in the knee.
Hey, at least I hit you.
Okay, redemption shot. Can't just go out on the first. All right, I guess we'll spin again because we talked.
I'm not spinning. I already shot you.
Oh, that's true.
You got me that one.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Damn. I was not expecting that one. I guess we are kind of close to each other.
I didn't spin. I thought you were going. My bad. Oh. Dude, I should have had you come on this side. I'm for real tripping. Okay, clap. Did I get you?
Straight in the spine. Man. I guess at this point it's just who misses. Okay. Oh wait, I'm spinning.
You're spinning.
Okay.
You missed. I think you hit this. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well played. Well played. Oh, that was weird.
No, we're gonna go.
Oh, we're gonna give up one. Solid work. Okay.
Let me get your immunity booster.
Yeah.
I'll give you the choice. You want cough syrup or immunity booster?
Immunity booster, because I feel like the cough syrup would be honestly more tastier, and that's not the point of this.
Really?
You're gonna get that lean. Okay. There's also an all-natural cough syrup, which not lean. And I do not casually drink the cough syrup of either kinds. All right. How do I change? Okay, we're gonna go back to the other camera. All right. You gotta do the TikTok.
No, it's the MUA.
What is that?
Makeup artist. I thought like, look at my thingy.
Not my forte. If there was a car related one, I know. This is car TikTok. Oh yeah. All right.
All in one go. You can't sip it.
Oh, man. It's apple cider vinegar, I think, is like the key ingredient. It is so troubling. It is so. That was a dangerous burp. That was a ballsy burp.
I thought that was the end for you. I'm not gonna lie.
It felt like it was the end for me. Oh man. Do not get near me. My breath is gonna smell rancid.
Well,
I said
luckily
rancid
I'm the
twice.
only one near you.
Oh wait, that's why I got this. This bubbly. Gotta cut my sugar down. I was drinking Sprite earlier. I don't know why that ship has sailed. All right. Again, let's open up the comments. I haven't seen any. I want to make sure. Oh, logo on the wall. Oh yeah, it's on the wall. It's definitely not a layover. It's on the wall. I painted it in. That's commitment.
Megan said, "Let's go." I agree, Megan. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, solid. I'm glad that people are tuning in. Let's get into our announcement first, but we can pull up the presentation. So first, we're doing merch. I'm making some merch. I'm gonna try to design.
We're like, I'm doing anything.
But I am going to make some merch. I've been putting this off. Originally, I was like, okay, 10,000 subscribers, let's get it going. And then I just didn't have anything like creative going. I couldn't think of an idea outside of just, logo on t-shirt, logo on sweatshirt. But I've gotten some inspiration lately. I think I want to design some just kind of lighthearted, fun, goofy shirts, hoodies, crew necks, whatever. And my goal is to make it stuff that just anybody who is in the car community would find entertaining. That's the goal. It's not going to just be something channel specific, but the hopes is that someone maybe outside, like maybe someone who doesn't watch the channel sees the shirt, likes the shirt, and then they find the channel, or it's just another source of revenue. And then I think it'll be good for like giveaways too, maybe in future live streams and whatnot. Or if I like start up a YouTube members thing, maybe you get like a hoodie. All this stuff is up in the air, not set in stone, but I do want to design that here in the coming weeks, at least make one design. Oh, a little acid reflux there.
You want a tongue dog?
We're good. But where was I even at?
Merch up in the air.
Merch up in the air. Oh yeah, December is when I would like for some. That's like in an ideal world, something will be available for you all to purchase. Let me know in the comments. If I don't catch your comment now, I'm going to see it eventually. I will go through each one. If there's any specific like thing that you're looking for, if they're like maybe you really like fishing hats, like the bucket style hats, let me know. I mean, like there's a bunch of different kinds of merch that I could do. Yeah, it's up to you guys. Hopefully you're the target demographic. So I want to know what you need and what you want. Give away the Nerf guns. You know, they were like $12 at I think they were like $12 each, or maybe it was like $20 for both of them in a pair. I can't remember.
Budget ain't that big, dog.
Budget ain't that big.
Budget ain't that big.
No. So if people want them, then we'll send them out. Oh, we're out of focus? Let me fix that. I see what's the issue. Thank you. How about now? Oh!
What's that?
That was a hip.
Hip down. Immunity booster didn't catch that one.
What?
Immunity booster didn't catch that
No,
one.
they don't care about the bones. Okay. We should be in focus now. We good? We good. Okay, solid. Thank you. So yeah, merch. Now on to the conversation of today. So we're going to talk favorite cars. Honestly, like I said earlier, this list is comprised mostly of vehicles that I've either driven or like interacted with. Not vaguely, things that I've driven for the most part. If it's not, it's just like a dream car. And on top of that, I'm going to try to provide some like different categories. That way it's not just like one car. I'm not going to go through and do every single category of vehicle out there. I'm going to try my best. And Jess, car curious.
Car curious. Haven't driven a whole lot, but I've driven like 5.
What, you've driven more cars? You've driven like more 8. Cars than for me? Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
8 cars. So my pool to pick from is not that big, so I'm not following his qualifications.
Yeah. Just whatever.
I'm freeballing it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get into it. Ooh, okay. So when it comes to cheap cars, this one near and dear to me because most of the vehicles I've purchased have been shit buckets, for lack of a better word. But the Honda Fit. I've never actually owned a Honda Fit, but I've always wanted an excuse to buy one. So it is the 2009 to 2012, 2013 era. I think it was the second gen. That's my personal favorite. Reasoning, if you haven't driven one, steering is nice and light. It's very like direct, a little bit of communication, but being fun to drive, it's butt ugly slow, but being fun to drive is one part. It's also just a very practical and like just well thought out car. The seats in the back, like the seat bottoms flip up so that you can like fit tall items in the car, even though it's really tiny. Then also they fold down extremely flat. So you have like a little van of space. And, this is in a car with a footprint much smaller than that of a Civic. It's a shame that they discontinued that. It was really quite a special vehicle. And I think they killed off the last generation in 2019 or 2020. So I would recommend that to anyone, and it is one of my personal favorites. If someone's just like, "Hey, give me a cheap car," or if I like really needed a $10,000, even like $6,000 car, that's what I'd go for. Runner up, Mazda 3, similar reasons, just a fun alternative to something like a Honda Civic, which is honestly it's just as reliable as a Honda Civic, maybe not as good of a reputation as a Corolla overall, but pretty good car. I owned one of those, loved it until like, I kind of messed up the transmission a little bit, so I didn't like it as much after that. But
that'll do it.
What do you got as far as cheap car goes?
Cheap car, you already know. My baby, my angel, the Honda Civic.
Yes.
I have driven one once, fell in love, didn't buy it, but if I could afford it, I'd be hopping on that train. I'd be getting. They're reliable. They're kind of sporty. You know what I'm saying?
They're fun for what they are.
They're clean. They look nice. They get good gas mileage, and they last forever. This lady at work has the same Civic. She's had that bad boy for like 10, 15 years. That boy's old.
Boy is old. I'd also.
It's looking a little crusty at this point, but it's holding together.
Hey, crusty is okay. Crusty means that if it's stale, it's probably holding itself together.
Yeah,
it's sturdy at that point.
She ain't got no duct tape on it or nothing.
Nothing.
It's all the car.
I would say if I was getting like a new car, the Civic, if I was going like $25,000, $30,000, I would hop over to a Civic. I think the Sport model you can get for like 26, 25. With the manual transmission, that would be a nice little because it's still the K20 engine in it, which is like an old, like the K series, I think came out in like 2000. It's an old engine. So it's really proven and very, very practical. My Corolla is much smaller, my GR Corolla. And also the Civic, that's actually getting into a different era of vehicle that we'll actually talk about here soon.
I'm sure you literally hit this button.
Which button?
This one.
Oh, that would make sense. I've forgotten everything from college. All I know is type and video edit. Man, this got toasty in here.
You're going through it.
God.
Also, every couple of slides, you want to read the comments that way you're not getting too far behind.
Oh yeah.
You be forgetting, dog.
Well,
what would you do without me?
Honestly, I don't know.
Booty shorts.
Booty shorts. Booty shorts indeed.
Amen.
Jess's sister, friend, or GF? Friend. Another man just said, free balling it, the good boy. Jordan Arnett, great friend of mine. The Jazz, I almost forgot. I was like, what is he talking about? But the Fit, I forgot that overseas, the Fit, Jazz, same thing. Kind of weird that they went with the Jazz as the name in the UK. It's the same car.
Is it the Fit?
Instead of the Fit, it's the Jazz.
I would crash that car. I'd be doing jazz hands.
You'd be doing jazz. You gotta be doing jazz.
You gotta do it to them.
Okay. Next vehicles we got are the fun ones. And first, no brainer. It's the Miata. It's the MX-5. Reasoning. I mean, if I need to give it one, it's durable. It's great for any sort of track driving. Like there's anywhere you go across the country, there's going to be. And really across the world, there's going to be Miata spec races at tracks. What?
That is not good.
No, you're really.
It tastes like stale Sprite.
That's essentially what it is.
It's gross. It's bad. I didn't want to give it water though. But continue.
Yeah. So the Miata, they have the spec groups most places in the country, at least from what I've heard. So you can just buy one and then you immediately have something to do with it. If you're going to be reckless with it. If you're not going to be reckless with it, you can enjoy it on any sort of road. You don't need to go all that fast. I know it's more fun to drive a slow car fast than fast car slow. It's kind of cliche, but in this case, it is very much true. It is. I drove that back to back with a BMW M2 on, I forget which racetrack, and I had so much more fun with the Miata, even though it was much, much slower. It's because you can feel the weight of the vehicle in the steering. It's pinpoint accurate, even though it's not super quick. And there's honestly, you feel a lot of body roll and motion when you're pushing it at speed. So I definitely would change the suspension, but for regular street driving, it makes it feel so much more dramatic. Transmission is perfect. And it's so durable. It's so reliable. It's still got a naturally aspirated 2-liter in it. And yeah, it's just a car that I really want an excuse to buy, but I haven't done it yet. Just like the Honda Fit. I'll probably buy a Miata before I buy the Fit, just because I can't see myself needing a Fit. But yeah, that one. And then the GR Corolla, again, skewed because these are vehicles that I've driven. I've yet to drive the Civic Type R. Oh my God, that juice is still hurting me. It's still doing me in. Oh my gosh, that immune booster. Oh, okay. The Civic Type R definitely could dethrone the GR Corolla here in terms of like my favorite fun car, my favorite fun practical vehicle. Just because the gearbox in the GR Corolla leaves some on the table. It's not as communicative as I want it to be, but the GR Corolla's plus side is that it is just a very base Corolla with an absolute monster of an engine, a sure-footed all-wheel drive, which the Civic Type R doesn't have, and then it's actually small. Like the Civic is a big vehicle these days, or at least relatively big. And so this is just I don't know. It's more true to form when it comes to like the rally car-esque vehicles, whereas the Civic Type R is just maximum performance. Like this is a better track vehicle. It's a better performance car. GR Corolla, more about the experience. So that's why I think it earns the fun car position, my favorite fun car. And then a Porsche, basically, I would probably say the Boxster or the Cayman, personally, only because those are the ones that I've actually driven with a manual transmission. And even though, like, if you hit the top of third gear, you're reckless driving anywhere. It's geared really tall. It's just a glorious transmission, a glorious powertrain. It revs really high. It's super entertaining in that regard, and it changes direction very fast. Everything that you'd expect from a Porsche, and then also like the quality there too. So like if I had to buy, I guess, just a fun, like a favorite fun sports car, that would be it. I haven't driven any exotics, so I can't really put that on there. The most exotic vehicle I think I've driven is a Lamborghini Urus, which is a rebadged, bloated Audi SUV. So yeah, I don't really want to count that, though that was also pretty cool. Fun cars for you. Fun, entertaining vehicles.
Off
Can't
the
be a
bat,
Civic. Cannot be the Civic.
What is the car from Herbie Fully Unloaded? I think that car is so fun and cute.
I think it's fun that you said Fully Unloaded.
That's the movie title.
I thought it was Fully Loaded.
Oh, maybe it's Fully Loaded. I don't know. I definitely thought it was they're like unloading. I don't know. They could be loading. I don't know. But Herbie with Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
What's the car?
That was a Beetle.
What the heck? Was it really?
Yeah, it was a Beetle.
You know what? You're so right. Scratch that. I take that back. I don't want to be
a fake fan.
I am a fake fan. I just like seeing on the road because I can hit people.
It's basically the old Beetles were basically not basically.
Okay, an old Beetle maybe. Old Beetle is cute. Yeah. New Beetle kind of fugly. But that or like an older Miata, I think they're really cute. But I just like the blinking the little winking headlights. That's my sole reason. I've never driven one. I probably never will. I've ridden one.
You'll drive. I'll definitely. I'll make a video of you driving. We'll make a live stream of you driving a Miata for the first time. I'll teach it on the Mustang first.
Yeah, you know what? Just make that your whole live stream. It'll be like 12 hours just learning how to drive stick.
It'll take maybe 3 hours.
That's a long time. Okay, I'm gonna say Miata. I don't really know any fun cars. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'd be driving grandma cars.
I'm trying to think if I've had you even really drive any fun cars.
I've driven in the GR Corolla.
You have.
It can be fun.
It doesn't necessarily need to be one that you've like driven. Just one that's any that have like caught your eye.
I can't even like think of a car name. Like I've blanked. One of them. I like older cars. I think older cars are really fun. They look really cute, like an old Ford. You know what I mean? Like a 1950s Ford or Chevy. Those are
Okay.
really cute. That was almost my first car. I almost bought one.
Oh, really?
The town my uncle lives in,
Hmm.
they have a whole. They used to like manufacture cars there, so there's a whole bunch of old cars just for like dirt cheap that run barely. And I was gonna buy one for like $3,000.
Oh, that would have been cool. I mean, a horrible idea.
Oh, it
from
would have
every-
crapped out after
yeah,
like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I would have like driven it out of the lot, and it would have just collapsed.
Yeah, and they're so unsafe too.
No,
I'm not
you know,
sure-
like in robots, where like they just like the parts just like collapse. That would have been my car if I bought it. But they're really cute. I think they're so cute.
I, for aesthetic reasons, would love to own some of those old cars. I've only driven like one classic. I think it was a Ford Thunderbird, like a '60s Thunderbird.
Dude, the T-Birds are so clean.
It was beautiful, but it drove like absolute shit. But it
Oh,
was beautiful.
They're beautiful. They don't need to drive well.
No.
They just need to drive.
Yeah,
Point A to point B. That's
Yeah.
all you need.
yeah, and I guess it was. I will say this: it was comfortable. Like cruising over things, it was comfortable.
Actually, fun car Corvette.
Okay, that's a good
I'd
one.
be speeding.
Ooh, actually, hold up. Next
Oh
slide.
my gosh.
Project
Project
car. So I'll bring up the Corvette first and my reasoning why. So the old Corvette, one, you can get them for like a reasonable price. I don't want to say they're like easy to work on because I've never personally like worked on one. But if you're like comparing it to like an older M3 or something, or like a mid 2000s M3, probably easier and cheaper to work on than that, and immensely capable on a track. I see a bunch of those like every time that I go to like smaller or larger events that's track related. Old Corvettes, super popular. The Mustang, near and dear.
Yes.
This one, I guess this one is, it's worse than the Corvette in most areas unless you need a back seat. If you need a back seat, then Mustang has a clear advantage, and it's also cheaper, and really mine, at least with the SM95, is a very durable vehicle. You can beat the absolute shit out of it and it will still hopefully run as long as you take care of it. Everything else falls apart.
Who
Like-
needs to know the speed?
You don't need to know the speed. My speedometer is broken. You don't even need to know if you have a check engine light, which mine wouldn't tell me if something was wrong.
Who knows?
But
Car
nothing-
drive? Car fine.
Cargo.
Cargo.
There is probably some underlying problems with that machine, but
100%.
many. But she trudges on. No problems. I'm going to say that now, and then the next video is going to be like, not clickbait, Mustang broke.
Gone
wrong. So yeah, the Mustang would be on there. Recommend it for everything but drifting. Well, I guess I don't recommend it for a lot of things. It's just on there for my reasons in particular. Most other reasons, I would actually say go with a Camaro if you're going for newer models, like I guess like from 2007 to, what was it, basically now. The Camaro had honestly a better platform. The transmission was more robust. The Mustangs have had issues since then. The 5-liter is great engine. But I think it was the Git Rag transmission that was bad. Sorry, I'll move past the Mustang stuff here. But also Miata project car, can't go wrong. Already kind of explained why. You can race it anywhere. Parts are really cheap. It's also fuel efficient. It's really a great starter vehicle for anyone. And that would be, I guess this isn't a favorite project car. I'm giving 3 different options. Okay, if I had to pick one out of the ones that I just mentioned, it would be the Corvette as a project car. That would be my favorite project car. Sorry, Mustang. Do you have anything that you would love to work on or have someone else work on, but you just kind of like...
No, I would love to work on it. If I knew how, I'd totally get down and dirty.
I would hate... Actually, keep going.
No, you can go.
I personally, I hated work. I love working on the Mustang, but like the serious stuff scares me.
If I worked on it myself now, that car would blow up in my face. But like if I knew what I was doing and I was confident in my abilities and I like knew what I was doing, like easy. I'd be doing that all day. For my project car, I'd have to say an old Bronco. Like the new ones are fine. They're like cute or whatever, but the old ones, they're just so like for lack of a better term, slay.
Ah,
Sorry about you. I haven't reached my limit today.
you haven't
so
reached
it's
you
fine.
haven't reached your slay
But they're
limit
just
today.
they're cute. They look really cute. That's my reasoning. I would just
The old Bronco guys in the chat are gonna be upset.
No.
It's not cute.
no, it's you son of a bitch. But I think I would look cute, just like riding along, go and get my Starbucks in a Bronco.
It's an iconic vehicle.
It really is.
Oh, we should probably check the comments.
Yeah, it's literally what I'm doing right now.
RX-7 is perfect. Oh, the RX-7. No. It is the perfect car. Don't Google it. Ignoring price for driving. Oh, okay. You know what? Actually, we'll get into the A3 a little bit. That is a great one. No Honda Fit. It looked like it glowed. It honestly did. It was what it is. I know it's mostly.
It's apple cider vinegar with.
Turmeric?
No, it's some herb. Not rose. I don't think it's rosemary. I think it's something else. It might be rosemary though. So it's like 99% apple cider vinegar.
It tasted, yeah. It really did give me the apple cider vinegar experience. I haven't had any personal issues with the GR Corolla. To Sammy there, it's been really reliable. I say really reliable. I've driven it 8,000 miles.
Not your car.
What?
If you read the other comment, you would know what he meant.
Oh yeah. What I was about to say, the other ones are, from what I've heard, weird vibrations, which I do experience some of those, but it's not really an issue with the car. It's just kind of an unrefined machine. Any Corvette pre-C5 ain't great. You know what? You got a point. Yeah, as far as a track vehicle goes, the C4s were a big step up from the C3. And let's see, how did the Corolla compared to the Fit and Civic? Oh, Corolla. Oh man, it's got nothing on the Fit the Corolla compared to the Fit. The practicality just not there. The Fit is so much more versatile. The Fit is also, it's more noisy. The main thing is the Fit was just really slow. And yeah, it was a cheaper vehicle, so it feels like it, but I think more quirky. Personally, I would prefer the Fit over like a Corolla hatchback. If it was in the same time period, obviously now the Corolla is going to be a more comfortable car. So there's not really even a comparison anymore, but for 10 grand, completely different story. Okay. Are we already into the trucks? Oh yeah. Truck. Yeah. Okay. So why did I just did the self-dab? Okay. So the truck of choice, Dodge Ram.
I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking of.
I think I know what you're thinking.
You know what I'm thinking of.
But no, the Ram, as much as I would love to make this the Tundra, the new Tundra is completely new. It needs to prove itself before I can make reliability a big thing about it. We're just talking new trucks right now. So for the new truck, the Ram rides really well. The powertrain choices are still good. You can get the 5.7 liter. Or you can honestly did I drive the Pentastar? No, I drove the V6, or I drove the 5.7. Good power. It has a mild hybrid that actually works well, which was something that I wasn't familiar with at that point. Like every mild hybrid I drove before then just didn't seem to do a whole lot, but this one you could actually feel it make a smooth auto stop start, so that didn't suck. And I was most impressed with the ride quality and the capability of it. It still tows a bunch. I have not driven the F-150 enough to give it anything. I was not impressed by the Silverados, at least the ones I've driven in the past. So Dodge Ram, first one. Tundra, I was not blown away with that either. Powertrain is great. Ride quality, I love how it looks, and I love the interior. You drove the Sequoia, which is very similar to...
I drove one of the trucks.
Did you drive the Tundra?
Yeah.
Okay, then you've driven the Tundra.
It was, what color was it again?
Gray.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you think about that?
It was okay. It was scary.
Scary?
There's a little. I don't like driving big cars. I get a little, I'm like more confident in my ability now that you've had me drive so many things. But like that was at the beginning of my era.
Yeah.
As your personal driver, so I was a little scared.
Yeah.
But it didn't drive that great. It was mediocre.
Yeah.
I also would prefer a Ram over it. I've driven a Ram.
Yeah, Ram
not bad. Ram kind of nice.
Again, like the Tundra not bad and a big improvement over the previous one when it comes to like the interior or like I guess just the tech and gas mileage. And honestly, I think it handles a little bit better than the old one. But if I had to choose any truck out there, the new Tacoma could change things because that you can get in a manual transmission, which that may be my favorite truck. I haven't driven it yet, obviously. If I had to pick any truck of any era, the Ram SRT10, I did a review on it. That was my favorite truck. It doesn't really even go in here. It had the Viper engine in it. So I think it was an 8.4 liter V10 with a manual transmission and rear wheel drive only. They didn't do 4-wheel drive. It was an absurd truck and I loved it. It couldn't tow all that much. And it had a spoiler on the back. So you had to like remove the spoiler if you were going to like put something large in the bed.
That is insane.
But insane was like kind of the,
but like cool.
Yeah. That was
very
like,
interesting truck.
Yeah. And they're honestly reasonably priced right now, kind of. For like something that's definitely going to be a classic. I think you can get it for like 35 grand.
That's really not bad for a truck.
No, I mean, it's like from 2000 something. It's like a base work truck, but just with an crazy engine.
Oh, okay. I thought something new.
No.
I was like, that's really good for a truck.
No, the Ram TRX is the new one. Also, the Ram configurations, that makes the Ram also, I think, or the best in my opinion, is the amount of different like ways that you can spec it out. But the old Sequoia, even though that's an SUV, I want to give that credit as like a truck-based family vehicle. Because I'm specifically thinking 2008 to like when they killed it, which was 2022, lasted 14 years in one generation. Same engine, the 5.7 liter, super reliable. My parents actually had a 2008. They bought it with 110,000 miles in 2013, drove it to 200,000 and like not a single thing went wrong. And they had it for 6 years as well. And on top of that, it was very comfortable because it had independent rear suspension instead of the solid axle that the new Sequoia had. That
bad boy was rough.
It was rough.
That was a rough ride.
And this one, like the old one, was better. And then it had the full-time selectable full-time 4-wheel drive system. Also, if you heard whining, it is a dog. It is not a person or something.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm thinking about giving him a bone.
You can give him a bone.
I'll
just continue
ramble on about your trips.
Yeah.
And then let me think of mine.
So I would say the Sequoia, best truck-based one. Let me see if you guys, I'm curious if anybody here has something to contribute on the trucks. Except risk. What's the right amount of gusto? We don't talk about gusto in this house.
No, we don't.
Classic or technically not a classic? I guess the Ram SRT10, not a classic yet, but it will be soon to be classic. But back to the Sequoia, I think that would end up, I think we got that for like 26 grand and sold it for like 10 grand too. So it held its value pretty well too over those 6 years. I really liked it. I don't know why they went with I get emissions. They went with the hybrid for the new one, but that also compromised the practicality. That's why the cargo area was really small for it. Smaller than the 4Runner even. That's much, much more petite. So I just was really let down with the new Sequoia, even though it in of itself, it's not the worst vehicle out there. It's just like for that thing was 80 grand.
Not worth.
I'm not doing 80 grand.
I would not. It wasn't like that comfortable in my opinion. It didn't ride that well.
No, really, the only type of if I get why you would buy it because you don't want to get a Chevy or a Ford. You don't trust them. Rightfully so. There was like doing the research on the Tahoe and the Suburban. There was a decent amount of issues. But the Sequoia hasn't proved itself either now at this point. The old one was really dependable. So I get that. But outside of that, I don't know. What's your truck take?
My truck take, Ford Maverick.
Ooh.
If I were to buy a truck personally, I wouldn't want like a big beefy truck. I have like no use for it. I just want like some little Ford Maverick, not that big. Pretty like reasonably sized truck. They look very clean. I don't know anything about how it functions. I've never ridden in one. I just like how they look.
That's
like size-wise, the colors that they have out. Colors are cute.
The colors are really nice. They've been nailing them.
And like I just think they look so clean. Like they really do. They look phenomenal. They nailed it in my opinion.
They didn't go overboard. I've probably pointed out before, but there's that Hyundai small truckish thing called the Santa Cruz.
Cute.
It isn't. It's like just. I mean, I think it's like unique in its own way. So, and style's all subjective there, but like it is just a lot more busy. There's so much going on. Whereas the Maverick is just like looks like a very cutesy Ford truck.
You know what else? Other truck I think is actually really cute.
Baja.
The Baja. You already knew.
Yeah,
I just think they're
Baja.
so cute. I feel like they would be garbage. I really feel like they wouldn't do that well. Just from how I see them look on the street when I'm driving around, I'm like, ooh, that don't sound too good. But they are cute.
They did have
like back in their prime. I probably would have, if I had money at the time and I was like not like a young child and could buy a car, probably would have bought one. Just because I'm like,
Baja. Hold on, I'm curious. That probably help a little bit. Sound quality, but yeah, Maverick. I would definitely. Toyota says someone allegedly said that Toyota is working on something to go against that, and then I think Subaru is also toying with the idea, or someone released information that they're also working on like a Baja.
I've heard that. Which
I would actually. That would be an interesting one. I think the Maverick may still be better.
I would prefer a Maverick. Genuinely, I do think they're. I feel like Ford makes more sound trucks than a Baja would be. You know what I'm saying? The Baja would. I mean, in the past, the Baja was just it was an Outback with the back end chopped off. Yeah. So for someone that wants an Outback, but then they want the ability to like put something really nasty in the cargo area and not feel guilty about it, Baja, great. I think they used to, and in fact, I think they actually may be bringing it. I think it was supposed to be it's the Brat, Subaru Brat, I think is how you pronounce it. I was thinking for some reason like Bratwurst. Super Brat. But I think they may be bringing it back as the Brat. But the Brat actually had like a jump seat thing in the back, I think, which is a completely different style. I'm going off onto the tangent that's unimportant. What we got? Well, as far as I do need to drive the new Colorado and Canyon. In fact, I actually reached out to Chevy and tried to recently. I said, hey, can we get Colorado? Or actually, I think I just reached out to Chevy. So I just mentioned the Colorado or the new Chevy Trax. Just one of those. I thought that would probably work well with the channel's viewer base. And I'm getting a Trax tomorrow. So we'll have that for a week. I'll make a couple videos on that. And as someone mentioned the Corolla Cross and the HRV. I personally would go with the HRV, and I would recommend the HRV to more people than I would recommend the Corolla Cross, though the HRV is very slow. That's the only thing. Like off the line, it was really slow. That was about my biggest complaint with it. That, and I think I had some frustrations with the seats. The Corolla Cross is very agreeable. It should be more reliable. Toyota's been way more consistent the last couple of decades than Honda. And if I remember correctly, the
Corolla Cross had a bigger cargo area. So yeah, in most cases, I think the HRV just looks a little bit more fresh on the inside. Though actually, the Corolla Cross Hybrid, that changes the game. The Corolla Cross Hybrid, I would recommend that to more people. But then we're what, 30, 35 grand in some cases. So that brings up a whole nother conundrum. I would need a 20-minute video to summarize that one. So yeah, I guess if I had to just choose, me personally, I'm going HRV, unless I'm going HRV either way, even if I'm considering the hybrid. The hybrid's just really expensive for someone that's good. And then, someone, hold up. Oh, there is. Oh yeah, the Tundra. The V8 does actually hold up better with its EPA numbers. The Tundra V6, the turbocharged V6, has had a lot of difficulty getting the suggested numbers out of it. You got to baby it, but really, I think it's just also about like making sure the engine gets warmed up. But yeah, you're keeping me on task. I'm doing the thing where I ramble and scramble. Okay.
Quiet hours. That's why.
Oh, it's almost quiet hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We've gotten one noise complaint. Though, okay, honestly, we were really quiet.
We were not loud whatsoever.
We were not. I think there was one. So I indulged on some. Well, actually, it's legal, but like just like these little gummies, they're completely legal. You can get them at like gas stations and stuff. There's Delta 8 gummies. I had like a quarter, or like you
had a half.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and it was the first time I'd ever taken any sort of like thing to like any sort of weedish thing, and yeah, I was slap happy, and I stopped, and I remember doing that. I was like, oh my god, I was like laughing at something, and I just stopped, and then I was like, oh, it's like 11 something,
No.
and then we got a noise complaint the next day. So I was like, okay. That's
noise complaint was whatever. The people changing the Wi-Fi name, that's what got me.
They changed the Wi-Fi name to apartment R number. You're loud as fuck, which I don't know. I feel like Miranda Cosgrove. This is the live stream and it's not monetized, so it's okay. But yeah, they changed their Wi-Fi name to come at us, and they also misused they used the wrong your. They put your without the UR.
Possessive your.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to change our Wi-Fi name to like the correct version.
No, but yeah, then we had to log into everything. Like, we talked about it. We're like,
we did. It was
like,
contemplation. No, we weren't that petty. So yeah, we're actively saying we need to
hurry, and then we're like
Actually, let's take
on.
like 10 minutes to explain this complete.
You know,
tangent.
I'll lead this one off while you take a drink. SUVs. I've actually driven this one. It'd be the CRV, the Honda CRV. My mom has one. She got a 22 CRV. I think it drives pretty smooth. I was a little nervous driving it at first because, like I said, bigger car. Kind of scared me a little bit. But I thought it drove pretty smooth. I thought it was pretty comfortable. I liked the seats.
You drove the new one too,
Yeah.
because they redesigned it in 23, and so you got to drive both.
Yeah. Oh, that is so true.
Mm-hmm.
What a little comparison. I don't really recall the new one. I'm not gonna lie. I know you said it was after the RAV4.
It was after the RAV4.
What color was it?
It was blue, like a dark blue.
I remember now.
Okay.
I did quite like that. Once you like tell me the color of a car, I'm like filing through my memories.
Mm.
I do quite like the CRV. I think it's got decent gas mileage. It's comfy. Honda pretty reliable. I'm a Honda fan. A Honda stan, if you will.
Honda stan. No, that's a good one. I was really impressed by that too. It's also my personal favorite. If I had to buy a new SUV of any sort, it would probably be the CRV. But that's just for my needs. I think if I like wanted something to be like more tough, I'd probably just stick with a 4Runner. I really like the 4Runner.
4Runner's clean.
It is clean, and it lasts super long. You can do anything with it that you want.
Run over a lot of things in that. You can hit a curb. Oopsie.
You wouldn't even feel.
You wouldn't even know.
You could run over small buildings.
Wouldn't even know.
Oopsie.
Oopsie.
But yeah, what's the Mazda CX-5 is also one of my personal favorites. But I guess if we're sticking in the small SUVs, it doesn't necessarily need to be a small SUV. But that one is great for the person that like doesn't want an SUV. They just wanted a hatchback, but they need like the little bit of versatility, the ground clearance, the all-wheel drive. Same reasons really as the Miata, even though it's nothing like it. In fact, I would say it rides a little bit firm for the segment. So it's like the Miata and the CX-5, roughly the same comfort levels, which is surprising. Honestly, the Miata has better seats too. I'm making a case against the CX-5 right now, but the CX-5 just handles even better than the CR-V, which I liked. You get some of that communication through the wheel. It also builds up as you're going through corners. And the value aspect of it too, you can get one for 30 grand that has leather, heated seats, proximity entry, alloy wheels. You can't even get a RAV4 with all-wheel drive and alloy wheels for 31 grand. Like that's, I don't know. It's a great value proposition. So, and it's fun. That's why it would also be one of my favorites. More French. What did they say? Honda's inventory. Oh God, yeah, no, that's a real struggle with the CR-V. That would honestly push me almost to the CX-5 in certain scenarios, because even here locally, the Honda dealership I think is 3,000 over on the CR-Vs if I remember correctly. And yeah, they just don't have very many of them. Though it depends on your region. That's something that also affects the RAV4 a lot. But Mazdas, you can find those pretty consistently. Subarus too. But yeah, I wouldn't say if we're talking about my personal favorites, Honda. Do you have any other SUVs? Used ones? I guess you like the Bronco. I keep drinking. I've taken this like 20 million sips. I know.
New Bronco decent. I don't think I'd buy one. Like I'd ride. You know what I mean? Like they're nice to look at. I wouldn't want one. Does that make sense?
I get that.
There's a lot of cars I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. I don't want it.
That's fair.
You know, the newer RAV4, nice. I quite liked it. I liked the CR-V more. Like I had to, really think about that one earlier with the colors, but I did like the CR-V more. But the RAV4 was nice. I did like it. It also made me feel like if I hit a curb, I'd be like, oopsie. Hit a pothole, oopsie. It was
I will say that the ride quality for that, it felt like it could kind of just run over most things and be okay.
Yeah.
I think.
And then I flashed back to reality the other day in the parking lot. I was like, ooh, oopsie. My car can't do that.
No, she cannot.
She really can't.
The used alternative before for the SUVs, really quick. Second generation Mitsubishi Outlander. Got to give it a shout out. That Mitsubishi has horrible resale value, which benefits those who are buying secondhand or third hand or fourth hand in this case. It would be from years 2007 to 2013. Reliable, had bones from the Lancer Evolution, and a really cool tailgate. It had you'd fold down a tailgate like a truck, and then the top half opened up like a normal hatchback. So I thought that was great. And then it had the worst imaginable third row that it was a steel frame covered in canvas.
That's comfy.
It shook a bunch too. If you actually had someone in there, everything creaks and rattles. It's a cheap car. It feels cheap, but they last a long time. And they're pretty fun to drive too. The steering is actually pretty nice. So, Outlander, I'll throw that in there as my used favorite cheap SUV just because of the value too. But the luxury cars, we're going to have to speed through this.
Yep.
All right, speed run. Audi A6 all-road. That one, I think it's cool that it exists. It's kind of like a Subaru Outback, but Audi. So love to see it. Comfortable, high-tech. I'm not the biggest tech head. So I would also think the Lexus route, a Lexus IS 500.
Which one's the one you drove?
The Lexus.
Yeah,
So that was the LC 500.
that was garbage.
The LC.
It rode night. Like it was nice to ride in. The infotainment system
Okay,
was garbage.
they changed that.
Thank
They changed
goodness.
that.
That was horrendous.
Yes, that was. I will agree that was pretty bad. He really is. And for
He's
what?
hitting them whistle tones.
I know. But yeah, the Lexus LC 500 was actually next in this list. But I like the IS 500 because you still have very traditional Lexus sedan, and then with like manual controls on the inside, comfortable ride, and big V8. Can't go wrong. Audi RS3 5-cylinder that sort of sounds like a V10, really tiny, extremely quick. So also cannot go wrong as far as luxury car goes. And then I think the next, actually, hold up. You have any luxury car? You've driven the Volvo.
I've driven is the Volvo.
Yeah.
I did not like the Volvo.
But that was
I thought it looked nice. It
Mm-hmm.
rode okay. It was very quick. I did not like it solely because of the range. The range was horrible. So bad. So atrocious. And we don't have any like fast chargers here where we're at. So we had to charge that bad boy for a long time for like minimum power.
Yeah,
and,
it was like
didn't
4
really get
hours.
you that far. Well, you charge it for 4 hours multiple times to get it back up to like 60%.
Yeah,
There's like 10 hours of charge time for 60%.
That's a car that you own when you have a garage with a charger in it, like a proper, or just a level 2 charger. But
then I'm just not a huge fan of electric cars solely for the range. Like if I'm going on a road trip, if I'm driving home, say to see my mom, 3.5 hour drive, roughly like 200 miles. I can drive it there, maybe, on one charge. And then I'm driving it back. I gotta stop in the middle of my trip. And charge it for like 30 minutes to like 7 or 8 hours, depending on what kind of charger there is.
Definitely. You have to plan out your trips because you can plan it like and just get a 30-minute.
Right. But whereas I'm getting gas, it takes me all of 5 minutes and then I hit the road jack and I'm all good to go.
Yeah. Yeah. There's trade-offs.
But I do like a nice Porsche.
A Porsche?
Porsches are like, they're cute. I'm sorry. I've said that for like every car. Like I don't know. I have like minimal car knowledge, but they look very nice. Like a nice like convertible Porsche.
Okay.
If I were rich, I'd be stunting.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Convertible Porsche cannot go wrong. And that brings to favorite all-time Lexus LC 500 for me personally that I've driven. I loved that, especially that now it has a better infotainment system. That doesn't look as cool. Like the last one, like integrated into the dashboard really well, but the LC 500 looks great. Awesome engine, fixes the floaty steering of the IS 500, and then still comfortable cruiser. You could argue that a Porsche 911 is better in almost every single way, and you'd be right. But the LC 500 just has that extra pizzazz, or just Lexus pizzazz, and I trust it to drive hundreds of thousands of miles. It's a great engine that's in it. MX-5 for reasons I've already disclosed. Honda S2000 and the Toyota MR2 would be the runners up to that, and the only reason why they lose is because they don't exist anymore. That's really it. They don't exist anymore. The MR2 was mid-engine, so that made it have its own unique twist there, handled a little bit better. And then the Porsche 911 ST. Got to bring Porsche back into this.
Got to do it to them.
That is got their best handling kit from the basically GT3 RS. You have the 4-liter naturally aspirated flat 6 that revs to like 9,000 RPM or something. Manual transmission only. Awesome vehicle. I will probably never drive it because it's like $290,000 or something. And Feet Finder, that's gonna have to do it. Gonna have to invest. I guess maybe the merch will go really well. Maybe I won't have to resort to Feet Finder.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, what about you? All-time dream car? Probably the Bronco.
No, I won't say dream car. I'll go all-time favorite car that I've driven. So I'd either say the Civic, Y'all could have seen that coming. Or honestly, I quite liked the Subaru that I drove. It wasn't
Which one
like
was that?
I think it was the Forester. Maybe it's the Outback.
The small one?
Yeah.
The Crosstrek.
There we go. I couldn't even remember.
Crosstrek.
I was like, dang, what the heck is the name of that car? I did like it though. It
It's
wasn't like
alright.
incredibly fast, but it rode really smooth.
Yeah.
And it had like decent handling. And the steering wheel wasn't awful. Like the feel of the steering wheel wasn't terrible. Infotainment was nice.
They
Sound
fixed
system
the
was
steering.
okay. Like a sound car.
Very
I have very lame answers compared to yours, but I like a nice, like, modest, practical vehicle. You know what I mean? Nothing too crazy.
And the Crosstrek, just that.
It is. Same thing with the Civic. Modest, practical.
Modest, practical. We'll have to. Very realistic of you.
Yeah.
If I must say so myself. Well, that's the last bit. That's it. That is the first live stream. I am sweating. Not so much because I'm nervous, but mainly because what? Oh, yes. You don't need to like look at me like you're
Why just like
you do like the Secret Service.
Like, dumb if I'm like, hey.
No, yeah, you could just tell me in the comments. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah. A base model for 24 grand. Jeez. That is really cheap. Congratulations. Oh, you got it. Oh man. Okay, I'm jealous of anybody with a Lexus LC. How long is it? Okay, Volvo's interior. Yeah, they've kind of the infotainment is the main problem. I like everything else about the interior.
The infotainment was a little busted. I'm not gonna lie.
It was bad. It was really bad.
Gear shift was cool.
Gear shift was cool. Little
Infotainment
crystal.
though, kind of garb.
Really. They'll change it here soon, hopefully, maybe. Of your personal car sitting. Wait, you have a GR Corolla? Nice. Oh, Cars Made Simple. Okay, I've actually met him at Mama Rally. Nice to see ya. LC500 definitely will be a collector's item as an investment opportunity. Maybe I'll have to get one for the channel. I'll just have to sell everything I own and then make like twice as much as I do now, and then maybe we can get one. Yeah, they do. Toyota does add a lot of port installed accessories, which boosts up the price. And then if you're getting a GR Corolla, they also add in copious amounts of other things like 15 or I forget how much money it was, but it's absurdly expensive paint protection that you're forced to buy and then markup. So yeah, that's always fun. But that would be the end of my topics. But I do want to briefly mention before we go and before our neighbors give us a noise complaint here at 10:02 p.m. I think for the future podcast, I'd like to have keep it to where we got guests. That way it's not just me ever. I don't want to do like live streams where it's just me sitting here like talking to myself, like,
and I'm like chilling in my room.
Yeah.
Just like,
or like, yeah, just, I don't know. I used to do that for the podcast, which is fine, like the Patreon podcasts, but for live streams, yeah, I'd like to keep it more interactive. Play games. I'm thinking about doing Forza. I'm not sure if anybody here plays Forza or if you guys would want to maybe we can do like an online party. I don't even know how that would work. But like play some Forza with people. And like try to do, because I have a streaming software right now that I'm using, so I could theoretically play a game and like still stream with the camera. So I think that could be fun. Not planning on going to Australia soon, but I would love to go. I do have my passport, and but I think the first place I want to go to is Japan. Sorry, I'm reading the comments as I'm like doing the outro. We scatterbrained, but. Yeah, games. I'd like to do some more practical stuff. It could be things like that too. Probably not the Nerf guns again.
they're retired now.
They're retired now. Maybe they are given away.
Maybe
they're given away in the next live stream.
if you're lucky, you might get a free Nerf gun.
Yeah, I do want to do some giveaways and we'll do hopefully the merch next live stream. Maybe I'll debut the merch.
Cool.
Okay,
Look forward to it.
that'll be it. It's been great. I think I will have to sign out from over here. All right. Thanks for tuning in. I really, really greatly appreciate it. And I will see you in a video tomorrow.
The balloon.